Well, Iowa is back to playing good old-fashioned Iowa football. Is that bad news for the rest of the contenders in the Big Ten West? And is Iowa sitting in the catbird seat to make it to Indianapolis yet again? Great time to subscribe to the channel. Big Ten content every single day. Always crush the like button to spread the word of Big Ten Ted to the masses. Look, Iowa is the team that I can trust right now with that logjam four-way tie in the Big Ten West. If you came to talk about tiebreakers, this ain't your place. We'll talk about that maybe next week. But this is a team I can trust in the Iowa Hawkeyes right now. Look, this is a team I know I'm going to get superb defense. I know I'm going to get excellent special teams like I saw against Wisconsin. And right now, this offense is average. And it's the best kind of average because it ain't bad, it ain't anemic, it ain't terrible like this offense was earlier in the season. I know they didn't play a fantastic game against Wisconsin, but this is not an offense that's going to put up a fantastic game each and every single week. Caleb Johnson isn't going to be able to run for 150 yards every single week. Maybe in a few years he'll be at that level, and maybe this Iowa offensive line in a few years will be at that level. But right here, right now, this at their very best, on a great day, this is an above average Iowa offense. On a normal day, it's an average Iowa offense, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that because of the awesome skill level you have in the other two phases of the game. I know exactly what I'm going to get out of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The offense is playing better. This is a team that I can trust right now. Let's talk about Illinois for a second. Look, this is an Illinois team that's spiraling. And they are spiraling down and down and down. A lot of times, look, ask Iowa earlier on in the season. A lot of times when you're spiraling and everybody's saying this and that about you and you want to try to get your confidence up, you need a get-back game. You kind of need to get back and get that confidence back. Iowa had it against Northwestern this season. But I'm not sure if Michigan is that get-back game for Illinois. Look, when your confidence is draining, you're doing things that you weren't doing earlier in the season. Maybe your competition has stepped up a little bit more. You're playing a little bit tougher teams here later in the season for the Illinois Fighting Illini. Michigan is not that game to get that confidence back because Michigan is playing really good football. Illinois needs to figure things out. Michigan is not the team to figure things out against. How about Purdue? Look, we talked about trust, and I said I can trust. I know what I'm going to get out of Iowa consistency each and every single week. Purdue's been a roller coaster this year, man. Look, they played a great game. They played a really good game against Illinois, and props to them for going on the road and beating the Illini. But this is a roller coaster. Look, they're getting healthier on defense. They're getting better on defense. They're getting a little bit healthier on the offensive side of the ball. They still got some players to get back on offense, specifically the receiving corps, but this is still a team that I don't know. I don't think what I'm going to get. And they have the easiest schedule right now. Look, you got to play Northwestern and you got to play Indiana the rest of the season for the Purdue Boilermakers. But And in theory, deep down, I should say, yeah, they're going to win those games, and really all they need is an Iowa loss to Minnesota, and they're going to be playing for the Big Ten championship in Indianapolis. But when we talk about trust, look at their body of work this season. Up and down, up and down. That's what I've seen out of Jeff Brom and the Purdue Boilermakers. Yes, they should win. If they get help, they should be definitely playing in Indianapolis, but sometimes I just don't know what I'm going to get. I just don't know, but they definitely should put together a couple of victories, no doubt about it, of that Purdue. Let's talk about Minnesota, right? This is a team that's kind of sitting there. They might need a little bit of help to get to Indianapolis. Huge game against the Iowa Hawkeyes. I'll have a preview of that on the channel here later this week, but when I look at Minnesota, outside of a good defense and outside of Mohamed Ibrahim, what does this team have? They don't have a ton. Look, I'm all about Ethan Kaliakmanis taking this team. Look, I think he gives the Gophers a better chance to win at quarterback than Tanner Morgan does right now, especially considering Tanner Morgan is banged up right now. Ethan is the guy that's going to either get him there or not get him there, and he's going to learn a lot in that process. Look, Mohamed Ibrahim is a great running back. This guy's a bowling ball with legs. Saw that on Twitter. I won't take credit for that comment because it is a great comment. But outside of Mohamed Ibrahim and outside of this defense, what can you trust? Can you trust their passing game to make a big play on 3rd and 7? I don't know right now. So I think that's a big-time question for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Can they put it all together? Can they create some turnovers against the Iowa Hawkeyes? But here's the thing with them. They've got the toughest 2 games remaining. You got to play Iowa, and even if you skate by against Iowa, you got to go to Camp Randall and play the Wisconsin Badgers, which won't be easy. So it's going to be a very difficult 2 games for the Minnesota Golden Gophers if they want to have an outside shot to get to Indianapolis. They got to get a Purdue loss to get to Indianapolis right now. I just don't see it in the cards for the Minnesota Golden Gophers because, once again, there's parts of the Minnesota team that I just can't trust right now. Can this passing game get a big play going forward? Maybe. When I look at offense, can you ride Muhammad Ibrahim for 200 yards in a game? Because, to be honest, you might need that to beat in Iowa. You might need that to beat a Wisconsin. These are 2 really good fronts. You got to think they're going to key on Muhammad Ibrahim, and maybe he's not going to rush for 200 yards. It is going to be a fun finish in the Big Ten West right now. I trust Iowa the most. To me, it seems like the Hawkeyes are destined for Indianapolis for a second straight year. I want to know what you guys think. Is it going to be Iowa, Minnesota, Purdue, Illinois? Who's it going to be that's going to represent the West Division in Indianapolis on the first Saturday in December? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to Big Ten Ted. I am Big Ten Ted, and we will see you in the next one.